I will just make a small note here that John McCain signed the brief. Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama did not. Enough said. I want to ask one person to stand up because this brief was so good and it was so intellectual that senators who had never signed a brief to the Supreme Court signed this brief. And the man who wrote it is here today, and he did not charge 1 penny to do it. He just believed in the cause, and he did it pro bono. And I want to ask Stephen Holbrook to please stand up and let us thank you for what you did for our country. Let me just say about this case. The Founding Fathers knew what they were doing when they put the right to keep and bear arms in the Constitution. They knew from their experience in the Revolutionary War what a free people must have in order to keep freedom. Think about it. In 1775, when the American Revolution started, ordinary farmers decided to fight back against foreign tyranny. Many in George Washington's regiment used their own guns. Sometimes I like to ask gun control advocates, what would have happened to the American Revolution if there had been gun control at the time? We all know the answer. There wouldn't be an America. If you read the Second Amendment, it says, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Gun control advocates have used the word militia as a hook for their view, saying that gun rights only mean if there is an organized army. But the framers were clear. They didn't intend for that to be a collective right. If they had, their purpose had already been served. In Article 1 of the Constitution, Congress has the power to provide for calling forth a militia to execute the laws of the Union and suppress invasions. The framers wanted to ensure that gun ownership was recognized by posterity as an individual right, so they included it in the Bill of Rights, which is a compilation of individual rights, such as free speech, freedom of religion, and a fair trial. The location of those words, the right to keep and bear arms, are the strongest evidence of the founders' vision. The framers wanted the American people to be armed in order to prevent the kind of tyranny that dominated the rest of the world, and especially Europe, from where most of them came. James Madison pointed out at the time, the governments of Europe are afraid to trust the people with arms. If they did, the people would surely shake off the yoke of tyranny, as America did. History shows that well-armed people can protect themselves from dictatorship, while disarmed people are vulnerable to government control. Look at Nazi Germany. Look at the Soviet Union. Those regimes in the last century confiscated weapons from their citizens in order to force them to submit more easily. And we are seeing it in Burma today. But the right to bear arms should not be an issue in the United States of America. So let me just say that we have the case before the Supreme Court, the Heller case, that is our very best chance, maybe in our lifetimes, to have this settled clearly and unambiguously. We think it already is. But we want to make it clear to all of those who might in the future start beginning to chip away at this very important right. I thank you for making this your cause. It is only this kind of vigilance that will assure that we will never follow in the footsteps of other countries where the people have lost their freedom and their ability to fight. As long as the NRA is strong, that will never happen in America. Thank you, and God bless this great country. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.